Hello YouTube people, in this little video I'm gonna show you a new model from Addiesdive called AD2090, and I wanna do a little sneak peek of what's coming in next videos. I also gonna make video about this top hill watch. Very not a bad looking watch, not a bad looking watch. Also I have just received this Addiesdive. Sorry, don't remember the name of this watch. It's still in the plastic, as you can see. But oh boy, the dial on this watch looks so good. So good. It's such a pretty watch. Yeah, so as soon as I have a little bit free time, I'll make video about these, and also this one. This is not a new release, but I'll tell you the reason why I bought this watch in the video of this watch. Also, can't wait to make a video about this watch. It's so slim, it looks so elegant and kinda luxurious, I would even say. This blue color is just amazing. Yeah, I can't wait to find some free time to make videos about these ones as well. But today we're gonna take a look at this crazy beast of a watch. First of all, I wanna say huge thank you to AliExpress for sponsoring my small YouTube channel. AliExpress gave me some bonus money that I can spend on buying watches from AliExpress, and I'm free to buy whatever I want, and those watches you just saw are also from the same budget from AliExpress bonus money. So AliExpress, thank you so much for sponsoring my small YouTube channel. I appreciate that very much. So let's begin with the specifications as usual. The size of my wrist is 16.5 centimeters or 6.5 inches right there. Now the watch, all the measurements I did myself as always. So the weight of this watch, of the bracelet, the case alone weighs 98 grams, so not a lightweight watch. Diameter of the case is 47.4 millimeters. Diameter of the bezel is 40.9 millimeters. Now, probably the most important measurement on this watch is lug-to-lug distance, which is just 44.4 millimeters. It's a big bulky watch, but because of such short lug-to-lug distance, even on my small and bony wrist, it feels alright. Well, I definitely feel that it's a relatively, big and heavy watch, but it does not feel uncomfortable because it's very short, it's very compact. So it actually feels nice on my wrist, can't really complain. Now, lug width is 22 millimeters, and this bracelet does not taper down, and I believe that helps with the comfort because this bracelet is relatively wide and doesn't taper down. This watch feels rather stable on my wrist. When I put this watch on my wrist, it's like it doesn't move too much. It actually feels way smaller than it looks like, which is actually great. Now, speaking about other measurements, the thickness of this watch, it has domed sapphire crystal, this watch, and the thickness right there in the middle is 14.9 millimeters. And if I measure just the side of the case right there, it's 10.4 millimeters. Sapphire crystal on this watch has rather decent anti-reflective coating, I must say. It's not bad at all, especially on such domed sapphire crystal like this one. So this watch has water resistance rating of 300 meters. It has NH35A movement inside, and the bezel is 120 click bezel with aluminum insert. So speaking about the comfort, as I told you, this watch feels way more comfortable than it looks like. It looks like it's gonna feel like wearing a brick on the wrist, but no, it actually feels alright. It sits flat, short lug-to-lug distance because of a wide bracelet. It feels stable. Can't really complain. It's actually a lot of fun having this beast of a watch on the wrist. And speaking furthermore about the comfort, how does this watch feel like? It's actually okay. The bracelet, edges on the bracelet are not sharp. They're actually better than average. It has solid links, solid end links, and articulation is great. It looks good. The design fits this watch very nicely. The only complaint would be the clasp is a little bit cheapish. It's just folded metal clasp. Not many micro adjustments either, but you know, it locks in place nicely and securely. It doesn't wobble too much. And speaking about sharpness, it's not sharp. It's actually alright, this one. It's not bad. It's not bad. Let's check the bezel action on this watch. It's 120 click bezel with aluminum insert, and clicks feel very nice, very precise. And in terms of the stiffness, it's a little bit more towards the loose end of things rather than tight. But this bezel, because of this design, is rather well protected, you know, so chances of knocking it off the place are minimized. And you know, if I would try to turn it with just one finger, it stays in place rather well. I mean, I have to push quite hard to turn it with just one finger. So I would say it's, you know, it's not stiff yet, it's stiff enough to stay in place, and those clicks feel really nice. It's one of those bezels that just feel nice to play with, some kind of a fidgeting toy. And alignment is great. Now if I rock it from side to side, it stays fairly well in place. It doesn't really move much. You probably can't even see on camera. I do feel a little bit of free play, but it's basically nothing. And springy action, if I push it back, no, it doesn't move back whatsoever. Very good bezel. Crown on this watch looks like this. It's a very big crown. It's not sharp yet, it has plenty of grip. It's very nice thing to use. I really like this engraving, by the way, on the crown. I think it is very nicely done. Now let's do a little bit of quality control testing. So as I told you, using this crown feels great because, well, it's big, it's grippy, but it's not sharp. It's nicely finished. It's a nice thing to touch. So let's unscrew it and let's see how is the crown action. Well, it's an H35 movement inside, so obviously action is gonna be great. Winding this watch feels very nice, very pleasant, and setting the time also feels precise and nice. Now let's see the alignment of hands. Let's set on exactly 6. Let's see if those hands are sitting straight, and the alignment seems nice. Hold on a second, I will move the second hand out of the way a little bit. Yeah, alignment, as you can see, is nice. Now let's see how far from the midnight it is going to flip the date. So 11:30, 11:45. I haven't tested, so we're gonna find out this together. Not bad, not bad, really not bad. 3 minutes from the midnight. I would say this is very good result. Now let's screw the crown back in place. Catches threading, no problem. Very good crown on this watch. Let's take a look at the finishing of the case. That's how the case back looks like. I really like those tiny lugs. they look cute, and they have drilled holes, and the finishing seems to be very nice. No sharpness whatsoever, very nicely finished lug ends. Now the case itself, I had several watches with this case design already from Addiesdive and Addiesdive in my past, and old models, as far as I remember, used to have fairly sharp edges, but on this watch I wouldn't call these edges sharp, to be honest. At least, well, bottom edge is very nicely done. As you can see, it's a little bit rounded up, so it doesn't feel sharp. Now top edges, let's actually do a little bit of testing with the pen. Can it scratch my pen? Not really, no. It does catch a little bit, just a little bit, but not enough to really start peeling off the pen. So I would say it passes my sharpness test. It's not bad, actually finished fairly well, I would say. That's how the brushing looks like all around this edge. Nothing really to complain about. You see, even this very corner is a little bit rounded up, and that used to be the problem on the old models, where this corner used to be pretty sharp, to the point where some people were telling me that they actually have injured themselves with this watch. But on this watch, as you can see, this little corner is a little bit rounded up, so nice to see improvements. I can't really complain, speaking about the case of this watch either. Now let me show you the dial on this watch, and also good news, I haven't found any dust, any fingerprints, any misalignments, so quality control seems to be good. Now speaking about the dial, it's a little bit difficult to show you how it actually looks like in real life, so I would say go to my Reddit post or Facebook post and look at the pictures. I tried making pictures in different lighting conditions so you could get a little bit better sense of how it actually looks like, because you know, when I was buying this watch, I saw pictures on AliExpress and it looks so lovely, so cute in those pictures, but in real life I haven't fallen in love with this watch. To be honest, I regret a little bit not buying the full blue version. The blue version looks awesome, and I was actually choosing between blue one and this one, and I chose this one because it looks something that I haven't seen before yet, really, with white dial. But in real life, actually, this dial isn't really white. It looks white in the sunlight and in front of strong studio lights, as you can see right now, but in reality it's more silvery than white, and I don't know, I just somehow haven't fallen in love with this watch because of those colors. I think it's a great watch, it's a lot of fun, it doesn't feel bad even on my small wrist and so on, but speaking visually about the colors, I wish I went for the blue one to be honest with you. It's still happy watch, but for this watch to look really good, it actually needs sunlight. So at the end of the video, check out the outside shots. I will try my best to give you some shots of how this watch looks like in the sunlight, if the sun is gonna be shining, you know, after I finish this video. So anyway, I just want to give a good look of how it looks like. I like that the chapter ring has exactly the same color as the dial, and the lume on hands and indexes also have exactly the same color, so nothing is mismatched. Color wise, everything looks nicely done, you know, it doesn't look cheap. It's a well done watch. And also pay attention to this sapphire crystal. It's sapphire crystal. It's one of those, you know, very bubbly sapphire crystals that usually tend to have plenty of reflections, but as you can see, it is dealing with the reflections very well. I would say that anti-reflective coating on this watch is actually very decent, very decent. It's actually one of those examples showing that you don't need mineral crystal on a watch to have good clarity. This is one of those good clarity sapphire crystals. Okay, well, you know, white dial on this watch helps with that quite a lot. Obviously, it would be a lot more obvious on a black dial, but you see, it's not bad. Anti-reflective coating on this watch does the job fairly well. You know, let's try to zoom in a little bit more. I want to show you those hands. I like the shape. Those hands look nice. I like them. And look at our hand right now, the reflection of second's hand. They're very nicely finished. They have Very nice shiny finishing. I don't see imperfections, at least looking with my naked eye or looking through the camera screen. I don't really see any imperfections. Those hands are finished very nicely, like a mirror. They look like a very clean mirror. Also edges around indexes, very nice, very clean. Nothing really to complain about. It's well done watch. The watch is fully wound. Let's do the accuracy testing. Minus 15 seconds. Let's flip it over. Let's see the results now. Minus 8 seconds. Okay, let's put it on the side, crown facing down. Minus 9 seconds. Well, results are not great, but I would say nothing unexpected as from an H35. Now let me show you the lume on this watch. The watch is charged up, and how does it look like? Well, it's nice. It's blue lume, so initially it doesn't look as strong as green lume tends to look like, but it definitely lasts throughout the night, no problem whatsoever, and it's actually active throughout the day. You come indoors and you look at the watch and the watch is shining. It's good lume. You know, it's Addiesdive after all, so no surprise there. And also, using this opportunity that I have turned off the lights, I want to show you a little bit more of this watch in different lighting conditions. Like just turn on this one light. Well, maybe no, maybe let's try another light, maybe this one. Okay. I just want to show you some different angles and show you how this bezel plays out in the light. You know what's special about not ceramic bezel is that it shines differently. It's not necessarily worse than the ceramic, it's just it has different look. It's more shiny, it's more striking. So it does look more metallic, you know, because it's metal, it's aluminum, not ceramic. Now let me turn on this orange backlight. And let's turn off this side light. How about now? How does it look like in a dim light? You know, no matter the light, this watch, because of its proportions, it always looks striking. And this bright dial also has its moments of beauty. I still wish I went for the full blue version, but I can't say that this one looks bad either. It does have its moments. So what can I tell you for the ending of this video? Well, major thing is that it's nice to see that the quality is still improving. I remember when I had the same design watches in my past from Addiesdive and Addiesdive, and I remember those super sharp edges on the case, and it's nice to see that new model has a little bit less sharp edges. They are still a little bit sharp, but they are definitely not as sharp as they used to be, and especially this little corner used to be the problem, and right now it's nice to see that it is a little bit rounded up. So it's nice to see that quality is moving up, moving on and moving up, you know. And speaking about the design of this watch, about the colors, you know, I told you several times already in this video, I believe, it's not that happy in real life, you know, it needs sunlight to come to life, you know. This watch comes to life when the sunlight hits it, because on the sunlight it looks completely white, the dial looks completely white, and then it looks really happy, really nice. But in other lights it looks a little bit dim. This dial looks a little bit silverish. Well, it's up to your, you know, personal preferences, whatever you like. But me personally, I wish I went for the blue version. Anyway, still, you know, the main point of this watch is happiness. You know, happiness that It's a crazy big watch. It looks crazy, yet because of short lug-to-lug distance, it's very wearable, surprisingly so. And because of wide bracelet, it sits stable on the wrist. You know, there is no way around it. Of course, it feels a little bit heavy, but it's very stable. It feels a lot more comfortable than it looks like, and it's quite an eye-catchy thing on the wrist. So it's a lot of fun. So thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day. Goodbye. But wait, there is more. The video is not over yet. So you know what? I decided to do a little unboxing in this video. I actually just received these two Addiesdive watches while making this video. So you know, I just wanna unbox them in front of the camera. Why not? And also at the same time, I'm gonna unbox this Top Hill watch. Even though I have unboxed it, but I just wanna show you the box because the packaging is really nice of this Top Hill watch. I have already done a photo shoot on this watch. I just need to do the video now. So unboxing of this Top Hill watch is really nice. It opens up like that, and look, it's on a spring of some kind. It holds open by itself, like pong, pong. So unboxing of this watch is really, really nice. It has this beautiful separator, this nice cloth, and this is how the watch is sitting inside. The watch is not flawless, it has some problems, but about those problems in the video of this watch, not right now. Right now I just want to show you a little bit around this watch. It's already resized for my wrist. It's already resized. Size for me is perfect, and it's rather lovely looking watch, you know. It's a rather lovely looking watch. But that's all about this watch. More about this watch in the upcoming video of this watch. Now let's push this box aside. Now let's open this Addiesdive. Now this one I wanna leave it for the last one because I really like that watch. Now this one. What do we have? This is new release from Addiesdive. So let's unbox it together. You know what? Let me peel off those plastics off the camera. Okay, let's finish taking off plastics in front of the camera. You know, it's unboxing after all, so I have to share some of that experience with you. I have to take off some plastics in front of the camera, okay? Like that. And the case back plastic. This one. Fresh, completely fresh. This watch as fresh as it gets. Let me set the time a little bit in a nicer position where the hands wouldn't be standing in the way. How is this thing? Oh, bezel feels nice. Wow, very nice bezel. Very nice bezel. You know, watch after watch, Addiesdive after Addiesdive. Bezel action is consistently nice, I must say, consistently nice. Addiesdive really knows how to make bezel action right now, as I see. And they definitely know how to make good lume. I'm pretty sure this watch is gonna have a good lume, no doubt about that, because, you know, it's Addiesdive. Anyway, let me put it on the wrist. Well, clasp is not that great, it's just folded metal clasp. Bracelet, it's, as I see, doesn't have any tapering down. That's also a little bit disappointing, to be honest. But the watch itself, the dial, nice. It looks really nice. Let me zoom in a little bit. Just a sneak peek. A sneak peek. I see it has bluish anti-reflective coating. Nice. The sapphire crystal seems, yes, it's flat crystal. Wow. Pretty good looking thing, I must say. Okay, That's enough of this watch. More about this watch in the review video of this watch. Let's put it aside. Now the watch that I honestly was really waiting for. And no, usually I try my best to buy watches for my videos that are new releases that don't have YouTube videos about yet. But this time I made an exception for this watch, because let me tell you who to blame for this. He is Steve from Escape Wheel Watch Reviews. I saw his video on this exact watch and I was so amazed by this video, and also the video of his was really good. Very, you know, he basically sold this watch for me. He basically sold this watch. I bought this watch because of his video, so thank you, Steve, for very good promotion of this watch. I have this watch in my hands right now just because of your video. I really wanted this watch because of its proportions and because of this beautiful blue color. Wow, crown action is really slow, feels really nice. Really nice. Let's screw it back in place. The slimness of this watch, the, you know, overall shape, the sleek shape, and this color. Oh boy, this is like instant fall in love with this watch, I must tell you. Instant fall in love. I was really looking forward for this watch. I honestly don't care about the clasp, but about the bracelet, because I'm not gonna wear this watch on a bracelet anyway. Although I must say it looks nice on a bracelet, it looks nice. But I'm just looking forward to wear this watch on custom straps. I have a suspicion that this watch gonna look really good on custom straps. Oh wow, it looks this blue, it has this bluish anti-reflective coating that I like very much. Oh boy, I seriously like this thing. Yeah, thanks Steve for very good promotion of this watch. Your video basically sold this watch for me. I really like it. Wow, can't wait to make a video about this. Wow, it has bidirectional bezel. Bidirectional bezel. It's not bad. It's not bad. It stays in place. It feels very different from other bezels, I must say. The clicks are very muted, and yet still they feel very precise. Nice. Okay, right now it's time to end, so let's put them all back together. Where is another watch? In my mess on the table here are all the watches. So AliExpress, thank you very much for sponsoring my small YouTube channel. See you guys in the next video. Bye.